Right, hello and good evening folks, welcome back to another video. In this video we're going to be looking at and talking about the Akios Airlyte fishing rod. Now this fishing rod has pretty much become my ultimate favourite go-to fishing rod, and I really struggle sometimes to actually not take this rod out on a fishing session because it's just so good. What we're going to do is we're going to look at the rod in a bit of detail. I'm going to tell you, what it does, what you can do with it, what I do with it, and give my own personal opinions. And then we'll go from there. Right guys, so here today, like I said, we are looking at the Akios Airlyte 355 fishing rod. Now this is it currently in its cloth bag. What we're going to do is we're going to take it out of the cloth bag and I'll show you the rod in a bit more detail, and we'll go through all the fixtures and fittings on the rod. Let's do it. Right guys, so here is the rod in a bit more detail. You've got a two-piece rod. We are looking at a rod of 3.55 meters, so 3.5 meters long, which equates to 11.5 foot in length. The butt diameter is 19 millimeters, excluding the shrink rubber. The overall weight of this rod is 390 grams. This rod is absolutely feather light and it is effortless in the cast. It's absolutely awesome. The casting weight of 2 to 4 ounces, which equates to 50 to 140 grams. Optimum casting weight I found is, pretty good with it, to be fair. If you're fishing with worms, on a 2 clip down or something like that, or Portsmouth loop rig, 4 ounce weight loaded up with worms is absolutely fantastic on this rod, and goes and flies on miles. So let's have a look at the rod in a bit more detail. So what we're going to do is we're going to drop the tip down and we're going to get rid of that. So we're going to look at the rod first. So the rod is constructed as a two-piece, like I said. So you've got this bottom section here and then the tip section, which we've just shown you, made from high modulus unground carbon, which is the blank. You've got a carbon weave trim on the butt section, as you'll see there, which is really nice all the way around. You've got a graphite sliding reel seat with EVA collars either side. Now I really like these EVA collars, so what you can do is you can set the reel seat to where you want it and then push the collars down, and that will lock it in place. You can either use this to fish with a fixed spool or a multiplier, and I've used it on both. I've used it with my Daiwa 7HTs, and I've also used it with the Akios Airloop R10s, and it's perfectly balanced with either. Some people like to use it with a smaller 6,000 reel, and have been doing so just because it's a light rod and you can get away with doing it. On the bottom end you've got a nice rubber butt cap, which is there, and then Japanese shrink tube all the way up the rod to meet the stunning graphics, as you can see there. As you can see here, we have metal band reinforced joints for additional strength, and this rod goes together really nicely, which I'll show you. Just slots into place like so and undoes really nice. Moving on to the tip section then, looking at the guides, we have quality sea guides all the way through. And then we've got a hybrid tip for incredible bite registration. Now what I'll do is I'll insert a clip of the bite registration that I've managed to capture on camera right here now for you. Oh, there we go. There we go, nice strong bite there. Let's find out what we got. There we go, look at that. Oh, that's slack limey. Nearly slack limey, I think. Oh, I don't know which rod to go for first. On the rod as well, you do get the really nice reflective tip there, which is really good, and to see it in the dark, it lights up, and it's really good to be able to spot bites and things like that, as it being a different colour to the rest of the rod. Right guys, there we go. There is the rod with the cloth bag that it comes with. Let's talk about my experiences and what I think of the rod personally myself. Right guys, so there you have the rod specification itself. I'm going to talk to you about my own personal experiences with this rod. Now I purchased this rod, I actually purchased 2 of these rods for the full price in Tony's tackle shop. They are my own personal rods, they've not been given to me. So yeah, so I'm just going to give you my own personal overview and what I felt and experienced after using these after a good 6 months now. And like I say, this is my own personal opinion. It's going to differ to other people's, so take it on, take it as you will. But this is my own personal opinion as I've used these rods for now for quite some time. I'm going to tell you what I like about them and what I don't like about it. Right, so let's start with the rod. So this rod is absolutely fantastic. I've used it, like I say, for 6 months now. I've caught things like flatfish all the way through from play stabs, white and rocklin. It picks up the smallest of bites. I mean, like, we caught micro pout on this, and it literally picked them up. You can see absolutely everything. And then I've caught bass on it as well, to pretty nice sizes. And I'll insert some video and pictures of some of the fish I've caught on this now. Absolute corker of a fish. Let me get hold of that. Look at the size of that fish. Absolutely awesome. Oh man, what a fish. On that light Airlyte, that was absolutely incredible. The run I got for that and playing that in was absolutely awesome. Well, that was an absolutely awesome scrap on a light rod. What a fish. This rod was also going to hold quite a significant place in my heart, because it was the rod that I used to learn multiplier casting whilst using the Daiwa 7HT reel, and it's absolutely awesome for doing that. The rod is also a fantastic length for juniors and beginners, and you know, if you're looking at a rod for a junior or for a beginner angler, then this is definitely a rod to consider. Also, saying that, is equally you know, outmatched to some of my other rods that I use, and it's now become possibly my favourite fishing rod. I really struggle when I go out on fishing sessions to not take this rod out because of how good it is. The bite detection is absolutely incredible, which is here, and as you've seen from the videos I've inserted, you can see that as well. Also, I absolutely love the stunning graphics on this rod, and the fact that it's a two-piece. You just get, to be honest with you, I'm leaning more towards liking two-piece rods now. I just feel that they're so much more stronger through the rod. I also love the fact that this rod has a sliding reel seat, which allows you to fish either a multiplier or a fixed ball reel, depending on what you want to do. This rod is a perfect standalone rod, and it also complements any of my other Akios rods that I take out with me. So when I take out the GTR or the Black Air Power, it complements them absolutely fantastic. I've used this rod for fishing big baits, and I've also used it for fishing small baits close in as well, and it equally handles anything I throw at it. The optimum casting weight I found on it is around about 4 ounces with worms, and you know, it can handle bigger baits like wraps of bluey and things like that for rays. It has no problem with doing that also and casting that out. All in all, this rod is absolutely awesome. I absolutely love it, and for the money, you cannot get a better rod in this size, I don't think, that to do what it does. It'll be great for fishing on clean to mixed ground, and also fishing estuaries and things like that. The only thing I'm not too impressed about with this rod is the bag that it comes in. If there was a cloth bag to go with this rod, it'll be absolute 10 out of 10. But the bag that comes with the rod is standard. I'm not a fan of these cloth bags. They tend to rip pretty easily. I'll rip one of these now through the side. To be fair with you, if I told Akios about it, they'll probably replace it for me straight away. But you know, if it had a padded rod bag like some of the other rods in the range, like the Fury, and also, you know, other rods, it would be an absolute given, and I think that would literally make this rod absolutely fantastic, and even more better than it is at the moment, which is, you know, pretty good at the moment, to be fair. That's my only gripe about it, is just the cloth bag. Apart from that, the rod is absolutely fantastic to use, and I think I'll hold it dearly as a magical fishing wand in my armoury of wands, armoury of rods. Yeah, so the Akios Airlyte, an absolutely stunning rod, and a pleasure to use. Thanks, Akios. Right guys, so the bit you've all been waiting for. How much is the rod? The rod retails for £199. I have seen it for around about £170 in shops, and as low as £165 as well. So do definitely shop around for it if you're looking to get it. But again, these are pretty hard to come by now, because they're pretty much sold out everywhere from the date of this filming. So if you do want one, contact Akios, contact your local Akios stockist, and put your name down and join the masses of people that are enjoying this rod out there. So yeah, that is it. The Akios Airlyte fishing rod, an absolute pleasure to use, and it's made me enjoy fishing a little bit more, I would say. there we go, there we have it.